Hello, welcome to La Excellence. Welcome to Laex Prelims Marathon session. In today's session, we will discuss space sector related updates for UPSC Prelims 2020. The PDF of this video is available in the description box. Please check that once. These are some of the developments that have happened in 2019. So as we said, we are going to cover 2019 and 2020 topics. In 2019, it was the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11, and NASA has announced Artemis Mission in 2020-24. It is going to launch it in 2024. Image of black hole was first time recorded in history. So these three important developments have happened in 2019, and let us also understand 2020's developments. First one is this 50 years of Apollo. So if we know the space history, first time the satellite that is sent into the outer space is Sputnik satellite. It is by the then USSR. USSR has sent successfully Sputnik satellite. And Russia or USSR was the country which has sent the first human being into the outer space successfully. After that, in that space war, during that Cold War period, USA launched this Apollo mission to the moon. And initially they have conducted unmanned missions to the moon. After the successful unmanned missions, they have sent Apollo 11. In the year 1979, Apollo 11 in the year 1979, that was the first time human being has stepped onto the moon. So Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, these two people, so the crew members, they have stepped onto the moon and they have come back safely with the moon soil, etc. So to mark the 50 years of Apollo, NASA has announced that it is going to have this Artemis mission to the moon, the new mission to the moon by 2024. Then let us understand what is this Artemis mission. Artemis mission, NASA wants to send first women and the next man onto the moon by 2024. For that, it has named that mission as Artemis Lunar Exploration Program. Apollo is the name of the program. Similarly, Artemis is the name of the program. Under Artemis program, NASA is going to test various new technologies, capabilities and business approaches towards reaching the moon, and then the same approach is going to be used to reach to the Mars. That means we want to send humans to the Mars. After testing this technology by NASA, in 2024, they will send the mission to the moon, after that to the Mars. Now, so what is the space launch vehicle that they are going to use? Space Launch System, SLS, is going to be the launch vehicle, and Orion is going to be crew module. Orion crew module and Space Launch System launch vehicle. The objectives of Artemis mission, why the US wants to send humans to the moon, what are the objectives and targets, these are all mentioned over here. Please go through it once. Artemis 1, as we said, Artemis 1, Artemis 2, Artemis 1 and 2 are the experimental missions without humans. Artemis 3 is going to be the human mission or manned mission. Artemis 1 and 2 experimental missions. This is the path that it is going to take. Please go through it once. This is the information on Artemis mission. Artemis: acceleration, reconnection, turbulence, electrodynamics of moon, interaction with the sun. That's the full form of Artemis. So this Artemis mission, here we need to know few facts. USA, European Space Agency, Japan and China and India. These are the countries that have sent the missions to the moon. And China has already landed 2 rovers to the surface of the moon. And ISRO tried to land one using Chandrayaan-2, but we were unable to. So we are sending Chandrayaan-3 mission. That's not a manned space mission like Artemis, but that's a lander rover system. Next important issue that is in news is Mission Endeavour. SpaceX company, for the first time in the history, has sent a mission which has successfully docked the crew members to the International Space Station, and which also has brought in the the crew members to the Earth successfully. And why has it made the history? Because that's the private company. Till now, the government agencies like our NASA, European Space Agency, they have done it. But this is the private company and it has done at a very, very lower cost. That's why it is very, very important. Two crew members were sent and successfully docked. This mission is called Mission Endeavour, and the crew module is called Crew Dragon capsule. Dragon capsule is the one. Falcon 9 is the rocket or launch vehicle that was used by the SpaceX company, and the crew module floated over the water near the coast of Florida. Please go through this image once. The next important issue is image of black hole. What is the meaning of black hole? Black hole is the high dense point which has huge gravity, which will not let the light also pass out of it. That's why we cannot see the black hole, because if we want to see, the reflected light should reach our eye, yes or no? But as we said, due to its high density and gravity, we cannot see this black hole. But how did we picture it? Here the news article says we have taken the picture of black hole. If the light doesn't reflect from it, how can we take the picture? We have taken the picture because, let's say this is the black hole. Surrounding this, because of the gravitational force, etc., light bends. Based on this bending, there's a dark color around it. See here, this is the black hole. This is the light bent around it. So this we have pictured. And then we say that this is the black hole. So this is how we have pictured it. We have imagined it. But this is the real picture. How have we taken the picture? Did we send a huge camera to the sky? No. We have used the ground-based telescope. What is that telescope called? It is called as Event Horizon Telescope. See, if we have to picture an object, the lens should be large enough to grab the light coming from that particular object. Yes or no? But black hole is some millions of times bigger than the Earth. So how can we take the image of the black hole using a small telescope? That's why we have made Earth as a telescope. Earth as a telescope. How? So this is the image, this is the black hole concept. Let's see how we made the Earth as the telescope. We have connected various telescopes around the world. Hawaiian telescope, like that. We have various telescopes. We have connected them together and we have taken the pictures at a time. See here, James Clerk Maxwell telescope, sub-millimeter telescope, large millimeter telescope, South Pole telescope. Likewise, we have interconnected all the global powerful telescopes around the world and we have taken the picture. For example, this is the Earth. Alpha Centauri is the nearest star to us. Sun is a star. Around the sun we are revolving, and the nearest star to us is Alpha Centauri. And we have crossed our Milky Way and we have reached Messier 87 galaxy, and then we have pictured this particular black hole, supermassive black hole. This is located in Messier 87 galaxy. Here is the content for that. Please read it. Event Horizon Telescope. How we have pictured it. Please go through this once. The next important issue is NISAR. NISAR is a joint mission of NASA and ISRO. What is this? What is the full form? NASA-ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar. See, a dedicated Indian and USA's INSAR, that is Interferometric Synthetic Aperture Radar. It is a kind of radar which picks up the signal, and it is used for studying various hazards and global environmental related changes. First of all, let us understand how radars work. See, these are the images of radars. Radars are kind of networks which receives the data, right? So these two are ground-based radars. This is aerial-based radar. And radars, see, they transmit the information. If it touches any object, it transmits the information back. Based on the received signal, we understand, okay, what is the object, how much distance it is located, etc. So that's the function of radar. It detects the changes in a particular place, right? This is the schematic picture of NISAR mission. This is the radar related net which picks up the signal from the Earth and which sends the information to the control station. Why? What are the applications of NISAR? Why do we want to have this NISAR? NISAR can add tremendous new data sets to create new and greatly improve upon the existing applications. What are these applications? Disaster management, resource management, water resources management, infrastructure management. See, what happens is, let's say there is a crack on the earth. So this is placed in the low earth orbit. So it revolves around the earth in 90 minutes and it comes back to the same position again. Now if we photograph it or if we take the information from it, if there is a change, it can be observed using this particular radar. That way, we can study the melting of glaciers, we can study the landslides, we can study the changes in the water patterns, etc. That's why NISAR is very, very important. It is a joint mission of NASA and ISRO. And we are going to launch it in 2024. The next issue that is in news is Mars helicopter. It's named as Ingenuity. NASA is planning to send a Mars rover this year. For that, they are going to send this particular helicopter, which can move up to certain centimeters and which can study the atmosphere and the Earth and the surface conditions of the Mars. Perseverance, Mars, Perseverance mission, NASA's mission. Right, these are the key objectives. Explore a geologically diverse landing sites. Assess the ancient habitability. That means previously were there any life? Was there any life on Mars, etc.? It is going to understand signs of life, any sign of life. It gathers the rock and soil sample. It can return some to the Earth. And it can demonstrate the technology for the robotic and human exploration in the future. Robotic and human exploration in the future. We just discussed about Artemis mission. Upon the successful completion of Artemis mission, NASA is planning to have a manned space mission to the Mars. So there also this information given by the Perseverance mission can help. Next issue is space debris. Space debris, what is it? China has launched a mission using its launch vehicle called Long March 5. The last stage of the rocket or launch vehicle in general, what happens is last stage of the launch vehicle puts the satellite in the orbit. Sometimes it orbits around the Earth. Sometimes it comes back to the Earth's atmosphere and burns in mid-atmosphere only, or it reaches to the ocean. It is directed towards the ocean. But here what has happened? This Long March 5, this launch vehicles, Long March 5B. So this launch vehicle's part, that stage 4 or stage 3 has reached the Earth and it has fallen very near to the New York City. And then they said this is a danger. Yes or no? Let's say if some space object falls onto the land, if it is habitated by the people, it can damage the property or the life. So that's why it is said that it is a space debris which needs to be looked at seriously. Yes or no? That's why space debris is an important issue. In the part 1, we have discussed Project Netra of ISRO. Yes or no? It is to track the space debris and other space objects. And there is this issue with Tianwen-1. Tianwen-1 is the Mars Interplanetary Mission. It's a China's interplanetary mission. China has recently launched it, Tianwen-1. This has sent an orbiter, rover and lander to the Mars. Now the issue is lander and rover, when we manufacture them or when we assemble them, what if they have some microorganisms? If they reach Mars somehow, they might contaminate the planet over there. So that's why interplanetary contamination is an issue, because many countries are increasingly interested to send rovers or humans to the space. There, protecting and conserving the environment of that planet is our moral responsibility, yes or no? So that's why interplanetary contamination has become an issue. And please don't get confused with Tiangong. Tiangong is China's space station's name. Tianwen is Mars rover's name. Tianwen is Mars mission name. Tiangong is China's space station name. It has launched way back, but it has come back and burnt in the mid-atmosphere only. And China wants to send its space station again. It wants to have a stable space station. So this is the lander test. Lander test. China has tested its lander successfully. And there are many missions which are active over Mars. See, ISRO's Mars orbiter mission. That orbiter is still revolving. European Space Agency's missions are there. NASA already has Mavian. Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, Mars Odyssey, these are all still orbiting. NASA's InSight mission, which reached Mars in 2018, that's active. NASA's Curiosity mission, which was sent in 2012, still active on Mars surface. By next year, UAE's Hope mission is going to reach Mars and orbit around the Mars. And China's Mars mission, if it is successful, Tianwen is going to successfully land over the Mars, right? These are the details about Mars mission of China. You need not go through it in detail, but just know that if it successfully places the lander and orbiter, it is going to be the first country to send the mission in the first attempt, first country to land it successfully. In general, countries have sent the orbiter first. After that, they are sending the lander and rover, but China in its first mission to Mars itself is sending the lander and rover. The next important issue is lunar polar exploration. This is a joint mission of Japan and India. Japan and India together wants to send a joint mission to the moon, which is going to explore the southern region of the moon. Our Chandrayaan 3 also have the same specifications. Chandrayaan 3 also wants to study the south pole of the moon. Under this mission, lander system is going to be developed by Japan, and lander system, some of the components are by India. So likewise, India and Japan wants to go for this mission collectively. The next important factual point is Micius. Micius is a satellite. It is world's first quantum-enabled satellite. It is launched successfully by China. That's why it is in news. China has successfully tested and launched world's first quantum-enabled satellite. Quantum-enabled satellites provides one advantage. What is that? Information from this satellite cannot be hacked. So information accuracy can be maintained. That's why quantum satellites, that kind of revolution is going to happen in the future. China is leading in that. Right, this is how quantum satellite works. Please go through it once. The next issue that is in news is UAE's Hope mission, that is in news. United Arab Emirates has launched its first ever interplanetary mission called Hope mission. So this was launched from this island called Tanegashima Space Center. This is an island in the east coast of Japan. From there, UAE has launched this particular mission. It is going to reach the Mars next year. And Mars probe Tianwen was launched by China, and USA is going to launch its Perseverance mission this year. And UAE is the first Arab country to go for this interplanetary mission. So this is the infographic on UAE's Hope mission. Please go through it once. This is the comparative picture of Earth and Mars. Third planet from the sun, fourth planet from the sun. Density is huge here. So density, distance, etc. are more. Here, yes, the distance from sun is more, but diameter, density are less. And do you know why Mars is called as red planet? Because of this surface, because of the oxides that are present over the surface of the Mars, it looks like a red planet. This is also called red planet. And Earth has one satellite, that is moon. Mars has two moons. Very, very important, Phobos and Deimos. Why this is in news? Because our Mars orbital mission has sent the photograph of Phobos and Deimos. That's why this is in news. Phobos, Deimos are the satellites of Mars. And average temperatures over Mars is minus 62 degrees. That is why it is considered as uninhabitable planet. This is India's planetary Mars mission, which was launched in the year 2013. Mars Orbiter Mission or Mangalyaan. This was launched using PSLV. And the last important issue in this series is BEIDUO Navigational System. BEIDUO is the name of the navigational system of China. What is the navigational system, by the way? So for a precise location over the Earth, we use the data from the satellites. Here we use the method called trilateration. Trilateration technique is used. That means 3 satellites at a time point out a particular point. This is declared as the point over the Earth. That means if we, for example, if we switch on the GPS, how can we know we are at this place? Satellite which is looking from such huge distances, it cannot point out a single point on the Earth, right? So it can point out a range, maybe within this range. But to point out a single point, we use navigational systems where we use trilateration method. BEIDUO is China's navigational system. It is a global navigation system, global. If we want to call a navigation system a global one, we need to launch at least 24 satellites. That means the information using these satellites should provide all through the Earth. Then only we call it as global navigation system. As of now, we have four global systems: GPS of USA, GLONASS of Russia, Galileo of European Union, BEIDUO of China. So recently, China has attained this global navigation system. And 2 regional navigational systems are there: Quasi-Zenith, that's Japan's navigational system; NAVIC, that is our IRNSS system. Navigation with Indian constellation is called NAVIC system. So NAVIC is India's regional navigation system. In part 1, we have read about Gagan system. You remember? Gagan system uses this one, GPS. But IRNSS system or NAVIC system is our indigenous system. That is why it is very important. Here, take a look at our India's indigenous system. IRNSS system. Initially, we wanted to place 7 satellites, 3 in geostationary orbit, 4 in geosynchronous orbit. Regarding this, already they have asked, UPSC has asked a question last year or last before year. So please go through it once. IRNSS system, very, very important. This is about space technology and space technology related issues in news. Please revise the PDF once. PDF is provided to you in the description mentioned below this particular video. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, queries, doubts regarding this video, please let us know in the comment section. All the very best. Thank you very much.